As is traditional, or has become traditional in this chamber, when a very long-standing member steps down, I'd like to invite them both to say a few words. Mark, if I can turn to you first. I think I've known you on this council for as long as I've been on this council, on and off. Very long-standing member, and I remember you on lots and lots of meetings together, particularly your insights into housing matters, and I think both sides of the chamber would recognise you as an expert in that field. Thank you obviously for your service. Would you care to say anything to the chamber?
Thank you very much for that very kind introduction, Chair. It's actually quite apt that I've introduced you, but as you've just said, we've cut our teeth together in this chamber and a chamber across the road somewhere now, I think, which is Sports World now. But we cut our teeth together, so it's quite apt. And really pleased that you are chair on my last meeting. I've always considered it an honour and a privilege to have served in this chamber, and I was chair in an old one as well. From starting as someone that was in a group, believe it or not, of 38, making sure that I always sat as far to the back bench as I possibly could, to over the years holding several positions within this council, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. I've also was indeed a massive honour to become leader of this council for 2 years, one of the greatest honours I think I'll ever have. And most of you are aware, as Andrew's already commented, I spent a lot of my time in housing, whether it be as cabinet member or spokesperson, an area of this town that I feel very passionate about. And I'd like to, before I move on to a few things, like to thank, and place on record my thanks not only to all the officers present and in the past that have helped me over the years, that have assisted me over the years, and more importantly, given up hours of their time over the years. I couldn't have been and done what I've done without the support of great officers of this council. Also, I'd like to thank all the members that I've worked with over the years on both sides of the chamber, on various committees, on various panels. I've always enjoyed some healthy dialogue, and mainly on everything, I've always enjoyed the commitment of people in this chamber, no matter what are their colours. Also, I'd particularly like to thank Councillor Simon Carter for the hundreds of questions he has fired at me over the years. But seriously, I enjoy them all. Just lastly, before I move on, just thanking people, and I'm sure everyone in this chamber will see where I'm coming from, I'd like to thank my wife. My wife has put up with, for nearly 25 years now, of me disappearing to meetings, answering the phone, disappearing around residents' houses, going to residents' meetings, coming to this chamber, going various places. When leader, I think I was never at home, hardly ever. I think it was the saying that 2 ships in the night comes to mind. I'd like to place on record my appreciation of what my wife has put up with for the last 25 years. I'm sure you'll all agree we've all been there and got that circumstance. I've really enjoyed my time as a councillor. Not only my years gone past, but I believe it or not, I was a councillor in Great Parndon many years ago. But having to represent Harlow Common would always be my greatest achievement, I believe. I was a councillor when the ward was first introduced in 2002 and the last boundary changes, and I'm proud to say that I'm still the councillor on its last day this year after the more boundary changes and Harlow Common ceases to exist. I bored many people in my group over the years with a story that I keep telling people and I keep bragging about, and I'm just going to tell it one more time, that I believe I'm the only councillor in 33, because I was born at home back in the 60s as people was, that actually represented the ward that they were born in. So, and something that I've all bragged about for years and years. I'm sure someone day is going to come up and correct me and said they are as well. Also, I'd like to pay tribute to many of the residents I've worked with in Harlow Common. It's really pleased to see the chair of Harlow Common Residents Association here. I've always enjoyed working with people that want to do well in their community. I've always enjoyed working with people that want to give me an opinion, want to give me some casework, want to bend my ear on anything. I've always enjoyed working with people out there. They're stewards of this community, and we should applaud them. I've always enjoyed lively debate, and indeed I probably will miss the lively debate more than I will miss anything else. But just, I hope, in all the years that I've been on this chamber, I hope that I was always respectful to people in this chamber, no matter what their colour. I believe that's the correct way to behave in this chamber. And just to end off, I'd like to wish everybody in this chamber, whether it be members of the public, the press, officers and members, I wish we were all well for the future. Thank you very much for letting me say a few words, Chair. Thank you.